Hello and welcome to what is the first video in my journey to become a biker. So a little bit about me. I'm 55 years of age. Yeah, probably a bit late to be starting, so tell me in the comments if you think it's too late or it's never too late. Average Joe, married, young son who's currently studying at university, and a great big dog, so nothing special. Why do I want to learn to ride a bike? Well, the reason for me is to, I suppose, help me with a topic which is probably quite relevant at the moment with mental health. So I see the bike as being the release for me so that I can get on my bike, drive it round, get to know it, become proficient in it, and at the same time have some headspace to time to really not have to think about loads, but really enjoy the moment and the adrenaline rush of two wheels. So that's something that's really exciting. Now, I guess maybe I'm fortunate, or maybe just a time in my life where I guess I'm one of these people that if I'm going to do something, then I like to have everything around me which will enable to do that. So probably a bit fortunate there in that sense as well. So this is going to be kind of a little bit different. So in terms of a checklist, do I have a CBT? Yes, I do. So I passed my CBT a year ago. I haven't done any further training in terms of going towards a Mod 1 or a Mod 2. So that's what I hope to do as we move through this journey, and hopefully you'll come along with me. I did pass the theory test, I have to be honest with you, but I left it for 2 years. So it ran out. So I've been mugging up on that and got that booked in again now for the 31st of June. So again, hopefully I'll pass that, which will then enable me then to book in with my local rider training, which is Stadium Rider Training up in Barnet. So a big shout out there to Chris and Yvonne, lovely people. I'd recommend them to anyone who's thinking about learning a bike or just getting a bit more experience or returning back to a bike. They're absolutely fantastic and really lovely people as well. And then also when I passed my CBT, going back a year now, as I said, I did actually buy a bike. So I've got a bike, I've got a 125 bike. Again, I was fortunate enough to be able to buy that brand new. So I will show you that bike, and then again you can tell me what you think about it, because it's one of those makes that's causing quite a bit of debate around quality, etc. I think it's fantastic, and from the other reviewers on YouTube, you guys seem to think it's fantastic as well. But I'll show you that. And then the gear that I've bought to support that. So I bought a helmet, I bought jeans, I bought a rear stand for the bike. I've bought waterproof clothing. As I said, I'm one of these people who likes to have everything so that when I, going about it, I'm prepared for all kinds of eventualities. So yeah, I'll take you through that gear as well. Now, in terms of saddle time, I have to be honest with you, I've only done 200 miles in a bike that I bought brand new. So you can probably get from that in terms of my novice level, I'm right up there with the novices. So, having ridden the bike a few times, still feel wobbly on it, still don't feel 100% confident on it. But again, these are things that I hope I will build on my journey, and as I start to move towards proficiency to get my license. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of the flavour. My real end goal, and again, please do come with me on this and tell me what you think, comments, and indeed if you want to do it with me, why not? I'm going to get my bike license, and hopefully I will pass it this year. And then I'm going to get a bit of practice, so whatever that looks like, with my main goal being that I will ride from here to Morocco, to the edge of the Sahara Desert, and I want to do that for charity, to raise some money for good causes. That's my aim, and then of course along the way, you know, make some friends on the way, hopefully improve upon my mental health, and you know, feel as if I've really achieved something which I've set out to do but haven't quite accomplished yet. Okay, so that's the plan. So I think what we'll do is I'll start off now with showing you the Oxford Paddock Stand that again I got sent through from Sportsbike Direct. So I'll unbox it, let's have a look at it, and then hopefully what we can then do is test that out on a bike in another video, and we'll just see, you know, if it's everything that it's cracked up to be. So okay, without further ado, let's get into the review. Okay, so the first thing that I'd like to share with you in terms of unboxing is that I bought this Oxford Paddock Stand. I paid £49.98 for it, and I got it from sportsbike, direct.co.uk. Bought it off their website, delivered by DPD, took a couple of days, and it came here. I tend to buy a lot of gear off of those guys. You know, you get what you pay for, I suppose, at the end of the day, and you know, they've never let me down on any delivery or any questions I've had from them. I've had a good response, so I kind of trust them now. So yeah, I bought the paddock stand. Reason for buying this paddock stand is because it makes it easier when you want to clean the bike. So I'm one of these people that again has read lots of reviews on how to do stuff, and it seems that the best way to clean your bike is if you've got a paddock stand, so somewhere to get the back wheel up so you can spin it around when you're cleaning the wheels, but also when you're cleaning and lubing the chain as well. So I bought one of these, so as I said, £49.98. So we're going to do an unboxing of this. So it's the Oxford Paddock Stand. I was looking to see if there were any numbers associated with it, but I can't find like a number where it's got like a serial number, I don't know, B25 or something like that. But as it is, if you go onto the Sportsbike Direct website, you'll see it listed there under an Oxford Paddock Stand rear. So that's what this is here. Okay, so let's unbox it. So just taking this out, very well packaged. When it came to the delivery, very well packaged. So, you know, again, very I suppose damage proof, if you like, if anything can be damage proof. And let's just see what's in the box there. So what we have to start off with, just drop down instructions, very important. So you'll see the instruction sheet here. I'm just going to put that to one side for now. What do we get? We have got 2 bolts, nuts and bolts, and I'll tell you what size they are in a second. We'll open those up and then we'll look at those. And then 2, if you like, the actual paddock stands that go onto the wheel of your bike to hold it up. So as you would expect, you get a left and right assembly for the stand. You'll have to excuse the rustle a bit when I take it out of the package. But again, what you can see here is one of the sides of the paddock stand. So that's there. Take this one out here. So again, nicely packaged, well packaged actually, so you won't get damaged and get in transit. But as you can see here, it's the next stand. So this has got a little, yeah, this one, no, the other one had, it's got a label on it, so you know which one's the left and right. So this one is right, you can see here. There's a bit of a sticker there that says right. There's no sticker on there, so I guess I just assume that's the left. There's that. And then of course the main stand assembly here. Again, very nicely packaged, so I'll just whip that off there and chuck it down. Now, it's like quite simple construction, doesn't look like it's particularly difficult. Instructions are here, I'll show you those as well, but to be honest with you, when I'm like looking through there, it's not showing you any sort of like dimensions in terms of numbers of what size of bolt you're going to need and stuff like that. So what I just did for the purposes of this video was obviously I investigated that. So you're going to need, in order to put this together, a 6mm Allen key, and I'll show you why in a minute. And this is a 16mm socket set or spanner, and you're going to need that to put that together. Okay, so construction is quite simple. I'll show you that as well. So main area of the stand, I guess, the bit that you pull up or down when you're doing the, obviously trying to lift the bike off the ground. So on here, I don't know if you can see that, it says right, yeah, and then all you do is you line up the right of this one, put that on there like so. Hope you can see what I'm doing. You need one of the bolts out here. Again, just line up the two markers there. So right, put that through there, through into the other side. Then obviously you're going to need that bolt to go on there. And then you can just obviously tie it up with a set. I'll show you in a second. So there's that bolt that's gone in there. Then on the other side, do exactly the same thing. So just line up the holes like so. Okay, it should be lined up there, good. Get the other bolt, here it comes. Okay, line that up on this side. Just spin that around so I can see where it is. Okay, let's put that like that, it's a bit easier. There we go, line it up. Down a bit, there we go, and just put the bolt on this side, as you can see. And then of course what you're going to need to do then, hence the reason why I said about the socket set here, is that obviously when you've got your wrench and God knows what, then you're going to be able to tighten these up so that they stay in place. But obviously I can't do that because I've got the other end of the socket set. But yeah, simple constructions, just tighten it up like so. And then you can see there, it locates in the paddock stand, that just tightens that all up nicely. So 16mm socket set or spanner and a 6mm Allen key is all you need to put this together. Right, so what does the finished thing look like? So that's it basically. As you can see, that's the stand. That's how it looks like when it's completed. And you can see the Oxford badge here in the middle. Now to finalise that, there are two other bits that you get with this. So you've got here what you call the, I don't know, what would you call these? They're like the actual paddock holders, right? So these are the bits which hold the bike up once you connect it to the stand. So let me just check what way around do they go, just to make sure. Yeah, like so. So what you do is you literally just undo that. He says. Undo a bit more, let's do that. Sorry, just drop the key. Okay, just undo that. Slide it in, you can get the right length that will suit the length of your bike. Tighten that back up. Then of course do the same on the other side. Let's just undo that. So we can get in there. There we go. That's it, a bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. Make sure that locates in there. Okay, and then of course again just make sure it's equidistant between that and the wheel. Tighten that back up, and there you have it. There is your Oxford paddock stand, right? So the way we'll do that, we'll test it as well out on the bike, is that you will locate that onto these here. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. So these are paddock stand bobbins. I got these from Amazon. They weren't expensive. I think they were £8 or something like that. Now again, these guys will locate on the frame of your motorbike. So what you'll do is effectively you should have drilled holes within the swing arm, and then what you do is you just literally just screw those in. Then when you're lifting up your bike obviously on the paddock stand, I don't know if you can see this, then what happens is these pins locate in there, and then as you raise that, this rolls and it lifts the back wheel up, right? So there you've got it. So now you've got your bike lifted. Sorry, it should be the other way around. Obviously it will locate within your swing arm like that, right? So then what you'll be able to do, as I said, is you'll be able to lift the bike up, and then that will support your back wheel while you're cleaning it. Okay, and then we'll do another video on how exactly we do that. So what I'll do is I'll follow advice of YouTubers that are already on YouTube, give it a test, and then we'll all know how to do it. Okay, so make sure if you want to use the method where you're going to use bobbins, you're going to have to buy them for your bike because they don't come with this. Okay, there are other methods that you can use, so I'll just quickly run you through that so you can see as well. Now, if you don't want to use bobbins, then what you can do, I'll just show you quickly. If you look at the instructions, there are different methods. So this is what you're going to need if you've got bobbins. This goes directly into the product, but then that allows you to lift the swing arm up without having to connect bobbins to it, but you have to buy these separately. And then there's another method here which goes in sort of like where the nut is on the wheel so that you can lift it using that way. Okay, but this came with that product, so then I got these bobbins from Amazon as well. They're only, as I said, about £8. Okay, so that is what we're going to need in order to utilise our Oxford Paddock Stand. We'll give it a go. When we clean the bike next, then what I'll do is I'll just give you a video, I'll test it, just to show you what it looks like when it's actually in place and in use on the bike. Okay, so there you go. So there's the Oxford rear paddock stand, $49.98 from sportsbikedirect.co.uk. As I said, good construction, tubeless steel, looks pretty chunky, fully adjustable, but we'll give it a test just to make sure that it's everything that we want it to be. Okay, so there you have it. So thank you very much for watching my very first video. Please do subscribe if you like the video, and please do leave comments on what you think about this this particular product. If you've got one and you've used it, you know, how's it performed? Are you still using it? Is it as strong as it looks? It'll be really good then to inform other bike users who are in the same position. As I said, you know, if you've got the bobbins, you know, let me know which are good bobbins. I mean, as I said, these are Amazon, they don't have a particular name. If there are better ones, let me know. And if you recommend to get better ones, then obviously it will do that because it'll be a lot safer. And that's it really. So thank you very much for your time. It's my first video. We'll try and improve as we move along. But please, do give any comments or ideas, which would be really appreciated. All the best. Ride safe. Talk soon. Bye bye.